not your average dom. The average dom is not sexually disciplined. The average dom cannot say no to playtime to a sub. The average dom is thirsty. The average dom is desperate. A lot of doms, they ask me, how do I maintain the upper hand with my sub? Well, now that you're asking me to maintain the upper hand with your sub that you in the current dynamic with, I won't say it's too late, but in a way it's kind of too late. What I would do if I was you, I would start fresh with a new sub. And I know most of you doms, you don't have you don't think with an abundance mindset. You think very much in a scarcity mindset. So a lot of you doms won't do this, but I'm gonna tell you what to do anyway. There are an abundant amount of subs out there looking for real doms who can lead and control the dynamic. Now, the way to maintain the upper hand with any sub when you first, listen, when you first start dealing with her, is take sex off the table. Take it off the table. Now, I know most of you doms will be mad at this and say, oh no, he don't know what he's talking about. Calm down and listen. When you take sex off the table, initially when you meet a sub, now you are appearing way different than most of the doms that's out there right now. Most of the doms, all they want to do is have playtime with a sub. All they want to do is hook up with a sub. All they want to do is get in the bed. That's all they want to do. Don't believe me? Go on any website. Matter of fact, don't go on any website. Go on FetLife right now. Go on FetLife right now, and you'll see all the doms talking about they a master, they a dom, and they want to link up and hook up with a sub. By you telling the sub, I don't just hook up with my subs or hook up with a sub that I just met, you already looked upon as valuable in her eyes. You already looked upon as different. She's like, whoa, wait. I never had a dom tell me that. I never had a dom tell me I have to wait. Yes, you gotta wait. See, with me, I just don't go, I just don't have playtime with any sub. I gotta make sure you fit my standards. I gotta make sure your mental is right. I gotta make sure your smell and your hygiene is right. I don't know you, woman. I gotta make sure you fit my standards. Woman, I got high standards. Therefore, before I give you the opportunity to engage with a godly dom such as myself, you gotta make sure you fit my criteria. So now what's gonna happen? Now when you tell a sub this, now she looks at you as a challenge. You know what's going on in the average sub mind when you tell him this? He say this, I bet you I'll make him do this with me. I bet you he'll let me do this with him. You actually become a challenge. I want y'all to think about this real quick. Do you know how hard it is for a sub to find a dom who is a challenge to her? It's very hard. It is extremely hard. Take the average decent looking sub. Every dom is just coming at him aggressively, being a simp, telling them I want to do this, I want to do this. Just calm down. You need to act like you've been here before. You need to act like playtime ain't even all that important. See, before I engage with a sub, I really need to make sure her mental is right. I gotta make sure she can handle a dom such as myself. I gotta make sure she's mentally on my level. Cause think about this. After you all hook up, You did your playtime. Now what? Now what? What are we building? What are we creating? What are we manifesting? See, that's the problem with a lot of dynamics right now. Aside from playtime, y'all really don't got nothing in common. Aside from that. So you go from sub to sub and she goes from dom to dom. You are a lost dom, she is a lost sub. Now, how do I know this? I used to be a lost dom. I used to just be playing, hooking up, and then after we hook up, after we play, nothing. You know, if the chemistry was good, it'll turn into a relationship, but a relationship of what? A relationship of just us having playtime, a relationship with us just spending time with each other. Nothing was being built. Nothing of value was being built. See, that's the thing. When you are so quick to jump into the bed, and let's say it's real good. Let's say your encounter is real good. If it's real good, it's gonna cloud your judgment. Because you're gonna be so infatuated with this sub on a lustful aspect and not on a productive aspect. See, once you've been around girls, once you've had your encounters, once you have had a certain amount of encounters, it starts to get old. It starts to get boring now. You know, because I remember when I was younger, yeah, I just want to say, you know what? I played with her. Yeah, we did this together. We did that together. But after we did that, now what? What are we building? Doms, ask yourself this. Once you have playtime with your subs, what are you building together? What is the goal? The goal can't just be playtime. You're supposed to be a dom. You're supposed to be building your empire. How are you going to train this sub to be an asset in your empire? How? See, with me, I got to know she's an asset before I play with her. I want to make sure she can do the basic necessities, which are cook and clean. That's basic right there. I'm not impressed with that. But I also got to make sure she has intelligence. See, I run into a lot of subs that just straight out dumb. You ask them questions and it's like, I don't know, it's whatever, you know, hey, you want to hook up later? Like, do you have common sense? Can you hold a conversation? I remember I went to Central Park with my sub one time. It was last year. Central Park, they was having a concert. And a friend of mine who has a sub, we met him and his sub there at Central Park because me and him, we like to, in a playful way, like compete with each other, you know. So we always used to like compare our subs to each other a little bit. So anyway, long story short, I went to Central Park with my sub and he brought his sub. And we sat down, we talking, we kicking it. And his sub was just so dumb. Like, very short responses. You know, like, she was very cute, though. Very attractive. But she was just so dumb. And after we left, after we went our separate ways, I hit him up later on that night. I'm like, yo, now, you gotta remember, sometimes with females, they're very uncomfortable when they meet strangers. So I was curious. I'm like, look, man, was she nervous when she met us? Like, did we catch her on a bad day? He said, bro, no, that's how she is, man. And he been with this sub for 3 months. 3 months you been with this sub. She don't talk. I'm like, I'm like, okay, so how is she when she's with you and just only you? He said, man, all we do is bang. That's all we do is bang. I'm like, that's all you do is bang. Yeah, he said, yeah, but I really like her a lot. So I'm saying to myself, you spending time, you wasting time with a sub only cause you lusting over her. He said, yeah. That's whack right there. But you see, just like him, that's a lot of you doms out there right now. Aside from banging the sub, ask yourself, what else does she bring to the table? You a dom? Ask yourself this question. Besides banging in the bedroom, what else does your sub bring to the table of value? Don't say cooking and cleaning, because you could do that yourself. How is she an asset to your life? This is why I take sex off the table. Because before we bang, before we have playtime, before we intimate, I gotta know that you bring value to this table.